Well, I am pretty much all set whenever Ben gets back. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
Alex, man, it's amazing how to think that the time from now till or now since God, even the last time we were actually doing something was almost 3 weeks ago, almost a month ago at this point. The 25th. Well, actually, I guess technically because it came out on the 22nd, it probably was we were talking on the 15th or 16th because wasn't the pre-release like right after that, the 23rd, 24th?
No, pre-release is the week after that.
Or Nats, or
Yeah.
it's
It
been a
was
hot
the
minute.
30th and 31st. It has certainly been a hot minute. I've just been far too deep into making sure I had all my shit ready for Nats, and I was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna have everything. I don't know what I need to bring. Like, what do I need to do? And I was just, I overpacked. I didn't need any of that. I didn't need to go crazy for it. So like now I know for next time.
Overpack.
Yeah, I mean it didn't. It wasn't like insane. I wasn't like lugging around bricks or anything, but it was. I brought my whole battle box because I was like, oh, give me options for things if I want to do stuff. But I mean, nobody did. I was busy like throughout the entirety of it. It was wake up, go there, sit down, have breakfast, cheer on my friends in the Nats event, go play Commoner all fucking day, and then maybe have like an hour break in between Commoner events to go and just like vibe. So
Cool. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do a clap, clap, clap. I don't know if you're going to hear that, but on my side, I'm hearing it. So, greetings and welcome to the band of merry individuals here. We have back with us Alex, long time no see, and Ben, who currently has his box of high seas up in the corner. Ben, how's it going?
It's going good. Good to see you guys again.
Alex, you had a very exciting last couple of weeks from the sounds of it because it looks like Nats was a thing. The pre-release was a thing. The whole set was a thing.
Yeah.
We have had so much happen in so little time that I feel like this will be a great episode to catch up. And we have added entertainment while we get to have this conversation that I don't know how many boxes Ben's going to actually crack here, but Ben, you got some product that is actually front and center here, and I'm excited to see some of the cool stuff that's there. So Alex, I'm gonna like just say, Ben, if you want to start like hanging out, ripping stuff, and we'll comment on fun stuff we get at the time. But Alex, I'm really curious to see your thoughts on. I guess we'll go so far back as to say how Nats went. The start with I guess any of the topics in that you want. I mean, I'm definitely all ears because I've heard lots of stories, but I want to hear your experience.
I am certainly very, very tired after Nats. It was a very fun event. I came back and I didn't realize how exhausted I was as an individual. So I'm still like recovering from how crazy it was. But really, it was just a great time being able to just talk to a bunch of people from, people who knew me from my community. Even just being able to play Commoner and Paper with a bunch of people. I met some new friends and some new people I followed on Blue Sky. And I mean, it was just like such a fantastic time. I absolutely would love to go. I think the plan is I'm hoping to go to Worlds to do that. And then really, I think there was a lot happening. It was definitely a lot more product than I was expecting for high seas at Nats. But every box that was English was upwards of $170 a box if you wanted to purchase it from a vendor. Notably, though, there was a vendor, Geariful, who is noted for their the Japanese events, the events that are happening over in Japan. They were there vending, and they were selling Japanese boxes of high seas. And those were going for $110 for a little while, and then randomly on a Saturday, they decided to start selling them for $100. So you get less product opening up a Japanese pack, but $100 not terrible if you're looking for like cards. And it was just like, it was crazy. I mean, the amount of like people just cracking open packs where they could was insane. I mean, just like left and right, you'd see people opening up box after pack. There you go, chart. That's what we like to see.
Chart.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good.
So
That's
one of the
gravy
things
card
that's intriguing about High Seas, right, is the gold packs. And you know, I do want to, I guess, call out because Ben was actually there. We at our pre-release, we three-way tied for first place, I guess, technically.
Oh, there you go.
Which was kind of intriguing. And I don't want to start out on the super negative, but like the most crazy thing I heard was that like gold packs were like auctioned off as tickets or something, or like they weren't really given. I asked this question to I think it was Logan on Flesh and Pod, because I was just curious what they were, you know, kind of saying about some of this, because I had heard murmurings. I know that the indie event that happened, there were some locals that when I got to chat with them, they were stating things that you know, that I saw in Indy, which was their, I mean, basically at the pre-release at SCGCon here in Indy, there was essentially no product for sale because they only had just enough for the thing. No problem, no fault there.
Right.
They had no Gravy Bones decks. Again, not really huge. I mean, it sucks, but it's no fault there. But like, apparently they kept all the gold packs here in Indy, and then I was like, that was a little weird. And then I heard tell that also happened at SCG. Like, do you understand, or it's like what?
Yeah.
Any details on that? I'm curious.
I mean, that was effectively it. It was, from what I know, you were able to, if you went to go to the prize wall, normally there are packs at the prize wall for you to get for tickets. It's like 50 tickets per pack is what it roughly comes out to be. So with that being the case, you'd expect, okay, cool, people are probably going to want to pick up High Seas product. High Seas product was limited to only 6 packs per person. And
so 24 packs of boxes, 6, 12, 18. That's 4 people per box.
Right. 4 people per box. And notably, you'd think, oh, okay, they're probably like, you know, it's just like they're keeping track of like faces or something, whatever. They took down your gem ID and they said, here's gem ID. This is it. They put it in a spreadsheet and they said, you got your 6 packs. You can't get any more. And that was how it was. It's how it's been the whole
it
way
was
through.
6 per the whole weekend.
Yes. 6 per the entire week for High Seas only. So you can only get 6 packs of High Seas the entire weekend per your gem ID.
That's wild.
Which is, I mean, they, you know, SCG was running, they needed all the product for the High Seas sealed events, which every one of them sold out. Every High Seas sealed event you could get into sold out near immediately. And the gold packs were a contentious thing because they were curious what was going to be happening with these gold packs, because boxes were getting ripped open left and right at the prize wall, but you kind of just assumed that they were going to keep the packs. But I think it was Saturday. Saturday at the prize wall, they actually put up those same treasure packs that they'd opened from boxes for prize wall tickets. You could purchase a treasure pack for 500 tickets. So if the equivalent of 50 tickets is like $5, a treasure pack ticket was like $50 effectively, in that sense. And so if you had that many tickets, you were able to purchase a treasure pack from those boxes that they had opened and collected effectively for people to buy. Pretty cool stuff. I mean, there were still treasure packs towards the end of the weekend, so people were still able to get them, but I think it was
pretty much just secondary pricing for those.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it was just kind of like, hey, you gotta work a little bit harder to get the treasure packs. But overall, I mean, the prize wall wasn't too bad. There were a ton of things there. Initially, there was there you go, Cogwork, nice.
Yeah, I need that.
There were what do you call it? The giant cards, the big cards. They had a lot of the cold foil ones from Polly Cranker and Gravy Bones and Puffin, and they had all those, but like those sold out pretty quick after like day 1. they were gone, but they had leftovers from other cards. So a buddy of ours actually was able to get a Marvel Codex of Inertia in the big card form, which is pretty cool. I guess
like
there
the
was a
Polycranker.
Chromai available there, which I'm mad that I didn't know about. But apparently somebody snuck up and took the Chromai, the giant Chromai card, which I would have loved to have.
When you say
but
snuck up
outside
and
of
took,
that-
like actually got it with tickets, or just straight up walked off with it?
No, they got it with tickets. Like I just was not in the vicinity of the prize wall when that occurred, and nobody proceeded to then go and beam me a signal saying, "Hey, you should come to the prize wall right now because you have enough tickets to purchase this thing." That just wasn't the case. So I was like, it's whatever. At the end of the day, I went through all my events and all my commoner events, which were a lot of fun. And I ended up getting enough tickets to get a cold foil marked token, which
Nice.
I came to find out is like $250 online, which is freaking insane. So, but it was good. It was a good time overall. I had a lot of fun. I got a hat.
I got one of those over here. Yay!
Yeah, I knew I had to get it. I just immediately. I think it's the first thing I purchased was this hat, and I was like, "This is the yeah." There you go. Hell yeah! See, we all know we're in it. It was just such a fun time, and honestly, a lot of it was just like being able to hang out with friends. We had a large dinner on Saturday. We all went to Korean barbecue, and by we I mean myself and like every player in Colorado that was there in Nats. So it was like 40 people at a dinner. Huge event put on by a local of ours. So it was a ton of fun there. Trying to think of anything else like crazy notable. I gave it a lot of scarfs.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Got a Marvel.
Look
Heck
at that.
yeah.
That's what we like to see. Let's go.
On the hit of that, let's go ahead and you talked about an event. I'm going to go ahead and shamelessly plug the after hours Gen Con 7 p.m. Friday event that I'm trying to get going, which is the unofficial meetup. So tickets are free. Go get it. I mean, technically, I don't even think you really have to have a ticket, but like I think they want you to have a ticket so that you can actually attend. Because I got to turn those into somebody to prove that people are there. But I'm going to have hopefully a bunch of people show up to that. I think I'm already at least up to 8, so I'm technically halfway full. But
Nice.
I'm going to see if I can fit more or anybody who wants to show up. I actually, for every shining thing, there's obviously a weird piece. The LGS that I know that went out of business, I got the rest of his Ira decks.
Nice. The
So
Ira decks.
I'll be
nice.
giving those. I mean, I know that they're not the Bravo decks, but like for people that need them, I'll bring this and give it to
Still fine.
the folks that are there so that people can have something, especially if they're new, right? I mean, that's the whole point. I want to make sure that people can have some stuff. Circling back to Nats though, so like it was in Vegas, so that seems like that's a heck of a town. I think I've only been there like twice in my life, but I mean, talk me through maybe the venue or things that you really liked or really thought were super unique about maybe the venue choice or just in general the vibe. I'm sure the vibe was pretty cool, but just stuff like that.
The vibe was sick. It was a lot of fun. I think it was interesting because getting there, like being at we stayed in Airbnb like 5 minutes away from the Westgate, which was a lot of fun. But like getting in there, you'd eventually have to like pass through everything, and you'd see all the, all the gambling and all the big restaurants and everything. But it wasn't like on the strip, so like you weren't dealing with like on the strip stuff. It was like slightly off the strip. But in this situation, honestly, once you got into the venue, you kind of forgot you were in Vegas, which is very interesting. Because I mean, at least for me, that was my thing. Because I'd get in there, and it would just look like any other hotel lobby, or like a hotel like convention center area. I was just like, oh, okay, cool. I've been in several of these in my life. I know exactly how this is, and like, it's super great. I sat down. I got to see a whole bunch of people. There was plenty of room. It was not ever like insanely crowded to the point where I was like, I can't even breathe in this place. People were making trades left and right. The vendors were really, really awesome. Fun fact, I actually did get a lot of stuff from for my Uprising Master set there. That was probably the best thing that I took home from the whole thing. I was able to get more from from my master set, which means that now I'm only 3 cards away from completing it, which is awesome. Super excited for that. But outside of that, I mean, going to Vegas, I mean, I went to the Strip with a couple buddies. I went with Elaine from Pitch Perfect. And then also I met up with Az at the venue. Logan was there at the venue as well. And it was just a great time being able to like meet other content creators and just like vibe. Did a little bit of gambling, but nothing insane because I have resolve and I can just walk away from that stuff.
You can gamble with Fab.
Yep, exactly. I'd rather spend my money on the collections that I'm trying to build. Anyway, so.
Cog, buddy. Heck yeah, I'll take as many of those as I can get.
I'll save that.
Copper Cogs.
Ooh, look at that.
Sunken treasure. There you go. Nice.
Yeah, that's
his boxes were where all the fire ended up. My boxes were where all the poo ended up.
I've yet to open anything outside of other people's boxes. I've assisted other people opening with their openings of boxes, but I did not even bother with that. I was like, I'm not going to spend $170 on a box. I'm not even going to spend $100 on a Japanese box. I don't.
Wild.
I was like, I don't really care enough to be able to do all of that now.
Let's go down that conversation because, like, I don't want to be like known as the completely negative person, but man, it is wild to me that, I mean, obviously there's this whole cycle, right? Cards have to have value for the box to have value. The box has to have value for the cards to have value. The players want those cards. The cards then go up in price, and then supply and demand. And there's a symbiotic everything that's in there. But yeah, right now high seas boxes are about $130 a pop. And that's if you can really get them, and really actually they're closer to 140 shipped online. So this is one of the first times that, out of the gate, Fab 2.0 product, I mean, Rosetta was pretty close, Hunted was definitely like this, but now this is becoming a more thing where it is the MSRP, the 120 or whatever, it's you're not getting anywhere close to that. And
no.
And I'm noticing that there are several people that I know that are saying that they will not purchase product at those raised prices. They'll just buy the singles. What if this continues this way? I mean, obviously, this is a good segue, Ben, because I think we were doing it before we started recording. Do you want to show the very valuable item that you managed to pull off camera as a teaser?
So I got a little greedy beforehand, and I was like, man, I need to crack open a couple boxes before going to the armory yesterday. So I opened up 2 boxes, and this was what was in box number 2.
And it's so awesome, man. I don't know if anybody had a video of them actually pulling one. I know I've seen a lot of photos, but I actually have not, that I'm aware of, seen a video of somebody pulling one of those on cam yet.
I've seen a couple.
But like, those cards, I think that one specifically, I was looking at it, it's like 1,000, like that. There's one listed for $1,100 on TCG Player. The Fable in this set, because there's no cold foil variation, right? Supposedly, right. I don't know if there's a treasure map or a Rudy thing. It's not here. I don't know why, but yeah, I know.
My God,
at our armory, Ben traded for that. If you want to say what you traded, feel free. I don't want to like give away your secrets here, but like, he traded some pretty good cards to get that. But the value on that card is $350. It's very big.
Yep. It has gone up.
But like, as an example, if you pull other legendaries in the set, and I know that there's, the playable cards get the thing, right? I'm not trying to pick on it, but I cannot believe that, like, okay, you get Polycranka, it's only $40. You get a Codex of Frailty, which is a good reprint. I'm glad it went from the $100 to now it's $45. But that didn't happen for CNC, and I don't know if that's because it's a class lock or if this is because it only works in 2. I'm sure there's some other
for CNC.
It didn't go down
CNC
to
went
50% though, did it?
No, not to 50. It went from like $100 to $70.
I think it's back up now though.
Yeah,
probably. I mean, I think that there is that downfall of where like every deck can use a CNC, whereas like your only Rangers and Assassins are the only ones who get to use Codex. But
ooh, look at that.
Ooh, Palantir. Need one of those too.
And double Majestic.
Wow. Bam. Well, I guess where I was going with that is in my boxes that I've opened, I've done about 2 to 3 maybe 3 cases at this point total between all the
Uh-huh.
stuff. I have 1 Codex of Frailty, 1 Polycranka, 2 Sea Lace songs, which I guess actually Ben needs one of those, and I got 1 Cogworks
You?
Tinker Ring. But
Mm.
even though I'd hit a variety of almost everything in the set, those are all relatively affordable cards. You got a double-sided basic. We'll talk about those too, because
Yes.
that's actually something people really need to know about. I know Dice Commando talked about those, but like they're kind of hidden. And if somebody just throws away their tokens in bulk all the time, like they're going to be
Yeah.
tossing adult heroes,
Don't
which
throw these
is
away.
the only way to get the adults. Speaking of which, I
Yep.
don't have one of those. The Marlin. I have 3 of the Puffins, 2 of the Gravy Bones, and I never even hit one of those. So it's kind of amazing to see how, I would say, how rare they are. But it's just a token. But like, wow, it's shocking to see how hard they are to hit. But doubling back to the legendaries, you have the treasure packs, which Ben has one there from his box. And inside of there, you can get extended art variations of these. And obviously, those are the ones people want. And they are the very expensive versions. So, like, I'm going to pick on Sea Lace Sarlong. I think that's how you say it.
Sarong.
Sarong. That one, the
Yeah.
treasure one, the extended art microtext is $125. But then the easy to get one's $26. So, what's nice about that, right, is you can have a player copy. Then you can have a collector copy. And I absolutely enjoy that. But what's crazy to me now is that value in the box, the overall box value, there's so much weight, not on the stowaway that is in your pack, but so much weight on that gold pack, which is crazy to think that much of the value is within there. With the exception of cards like Gold Baited Hook and Dead Threads, because they're the Necromancer cards, and everyone's really clamoring to get those. But I also think those are short. I don't think they were short printed, but like I have not seen very many of them in our locals. Take it or leave it with that information, but like it's wild.
I mean, that's a pretty small sample size collectively, you'd imagine, right? Like being, where that is as far as that's concerned. Because I mean, there was the whole thing with, noise had come out that because people were not opening. They were opening like 40 boxes, and they only got like 2 Jolly Bludgers. That everything was short printed in these situations.
Canceled. I got my order canceled on TCG Player. I mean, the seller did it nicely, and they offered for me to get a refund, but they basically said they did not pull enough of them, and my order had to get. I either would have to wait longer, or I just asked for the refund. But a Jolly Bludger is the exact card I ordered 3 of those, and they were just not there. So I don't know how many. I think there's a list people have come up with that said, "Hey, these are the short printed cards."
For a card that's so short printed, it's only going for $11. So it's not. It's again, like the sample size is insane, because I think it was only Japanese printings in which it was short printed, and so.
And that's the part I don't know.
Belgium wasn't an issue. Like Aeronaut was another one. A lot of people were like, "Oh, I think that one's going to be short printed," and I've seen like 12 in a case.
I mean, Aeronaut's $8. I mean, I'm happy that the mech cards right now are fairly affordable because I can still pick them up. It is wild to me though that, like, again, if you think about it, my pre-order price on these Jolly Bludgers I paid I think $22 a piece buying 3 of them. And then when the seller was like, "I don't have them," I'm like, okay, well, technically I guess I could get a refund. So I got $60 back. I can buy my playset of 3 and still have $30 to spare. It was wild to see that. I'm assuming that's an oddity, right? That's not the norm. I'm still mad about
the normal.
Hook, line, and sinker. I'm mad that the hook, line, and sinker art doesn't line up in the right order. I am just devastated.
Hook sinker line was a real drop from LSS. But I think it's overall there doesn't seem to be an issue with several of the things. This was kind of the issue that was happening at Nats, is that folks needed these cards. For instance, Jacob Shaker, second place in U.S. Nationals on
the Gravy Bones deck,
Gravy
right?
Bones.
Yeah.
The whole thing behind that deck, you'd think, okay, cool. This deck, everybody just tested, and the whole team went in with Gravy with the cards they were able to get, and they decided to try and play into the meta with this new hero. That was not the case. There were 4 other people on the team that Jacob is with that wanted to also play Gravy, but nobody could get the product. And so because they couldn't get the product, they could only get one deck together to be able to send it to Nats. And that was then they had Jacob pilot the deck.
No kidding. So you're saying that there could have actually been up to 3 or 4 more on just that one team alone that would have.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's
but
interesting.
But there was not enough product. There was not enough product to go around, so they were only able to build one deck and send that deck specifically. So
looking at how expensive some of these cards are, like Chum is $30 for that one. Whaler Humperdinck is like $22, $23.
Yep. I mean, you even look at cards like Diamond Amulets, currently $60. If you want
that one makes no sense to me. Explain to me why that's $60.
Diamond Amulet, you get an action point. That's good.
But is it that short printed that it's that much? That is the shelter really from the storm. Is that the?
No, it's just really strong. I mean, quite literally, you get to go. Okay, so Gravy Bones. First off, it's got Legend of Watery Graves, so you can play it from your graveyard if you happen to put it in there for an effect. Then you can play it, have it sit on your board, and then the turn you need additional action points. Not only do you then just get to activate Diamond Amulet, it is a blue that gets to go to the grave, which turns on the ability of Gravy Bones, and then you can just summon like 3 allies from your grave with 1 card if you have the resources for it. So if you like a Give No Quarter and then pop Diamond Amulet, you have 3 cards in hand, start just filtering out a bunch of allies. It's crazy good. I mean, the fact that you're able to get, it's just Time Snap Potion, but like it turns on your effect. It turns on your actual turn. So it's great. I think it's really, really good because it's also an instant. So it's not an action, doesn't eat up your action point. So you get to play it at instant. You get to use the affected instant speed. It's a blue. It's a generic. Like, what more can you say?
So seeing all the prices right now, I'm just looking at Majestics for the set. I mean, there are so many cards that are 50 cents, 80 cents, 90 cents, $1, $2, $1, like Cogworks, Dovetails, $2. There is a lot of these cards that, I mean, we're really not that far into release that are actually relatively cheap. There's only, in the Majestics standpoint, there's Give No Quarter, Diamond Amulet, Conquer of the High Seas, Ruby Amulet, Pomeru Amulet, Chum Whaler. Those are the only cards that are above $20 in the set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It not in the whole set. It just base level Majestics, which is intriguing. Really, I mean, just to think that those are the heavy hitter ones. Because like Ben, looking at your box, I mean, I'm just genuinely curious. I was trying to do some mental math here. That Marvel is worth a decent chunk of that whole box, I'm guessing.
This guy's like 33 right now. I just looked up, so he's 33 right now, and then
and then the rest of those Majestics, I was just kind of trying to figure out at $140 a box. Did you get closer? Well, we haven't opened the treasure pack. The treasure pack is the real crazy piece, right? That's $8 for the sunken treasure.
And this is going to be about $8 or $10 right there.
Yeah, that's $8. I'm looking at it. Palantir Aeronauts, $9. So just $10, give or take. Chart the High Seas is $8 now. It actually went down, I guess, or something. So 8, 16, 24.
So currently you've lost money.
Yes. Then I hate to say that those 3 cards in your hand are probably not very expensive. The
Burn Bear is about $5-6, but the rest I think are not as expensive.
Burn Bear?
Yeah, Burn Bear is like $5-$6 roughly.
Cool.
Card's good. It's crazy good.
It's really good.
So good. Crazy good.
So what? You're talking?
Yeah.
This example box was $100. Still good.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, it's not bad, and
and you got
crack open the treasure pack.
Oh gosh, yeah treasure. We got to get more map pieces. So Alex, that was my other question. So were people there clamoring to try to get the map pieces and like artwork pieces for gym packs, or were people trading gym pack cards? Like, did you see a lot of the kind of was trading a pretty big thing, or were people really just trying to wheel, deal, and sell?
Oh no, people were trading a lot. I mean, effectively, it came down to like, what do you want to play in this event that's coming up? And then if X person has it, they'd be like, cool, what do you want from my stuff? And all of this was occurring because, like, while the vendors had it, the vendors, obviously they're not taking things in for trade value. So there you go, little Gold Hunter Marauder.
That's in the rarity section. I think they call these pirate booty cards. That's the way they have them on there. I actually can't read the name very well, but what is that one?
Gold Hunter Marauder.
What color? The blue or the yellow?
Yellow.
Gold Hunter Marauder. 1061 currently.
Okay. So we got about.
And you got a map piece that I don't have, by the way.
Nice. I've got a couple. Let's see. Yeah. A couple map pieces here.
Yeah, Alex, this is all I've got so far for my map.
Nice.
I'm right there. And then we were working the other day for the gym pack stuff where we got almost a full him, almost a full Azuri. We got Kano is complete, and we're missing one on Adjudicator. And then we started the Puffin Gym Pack 2s.
Nice.
So there's some fun stuff. And then if you need some extra ones, we can trade. We got a couple. We got random ones here. Apparently, Kano's arm is like stupid common. We keep getting all that.
Yeah, a lot of them. I don't know which ones I'm missing. Actually, I could probably go. You know what? I'm gonna go get my binder. I'll show you. I'll show you what I miss.
Yeah. So Jacob, I think there's like, as far as your EV goes for this box, I think there's about $85 here in like M's and high end stuff here. So for $120 box.
Did you get a foil Majestic in your box by any chance?
I did not. Yeah, so I did not get a foil Majestic.
That was intriguing. That's one of the things I was trying to figure out is it didn't look like you got a foil Majestic.
These are so pretty. Love these.
Yeah, I think the value of just having those long term is, I have the original gold ones. I bought a bunch of the Dynasty Rainbow foils back when it just said gold, but now I don't know if anybody's going to want them.
That's the one I use for my Kasai deck as the Dynasty Rainbow one.
I need these ones for the Emperor, and then I need Typanus's left center, Kano's bottom right.
By the way, the Kano left center, that's that one I have like 6 of, I think, because that's the...
Yeah, this one you have a lot of, but...
That one, which is, if you flip that around, that's the other side of, that's what you need.
This side right here. No, this is the one... So I need the other side of Typanus. So Kano's... The middle, or the center right of Kano, I need that one, but for Typanus. And then Azuri is missing a lot. So
that's the hand with the fire coming out of it, is what you're. Yeah, yes. I don't have that. I have the top piece of it and the other. Must find them all gym packs.
Right piece.
I will look for that later. Yeah, send me some photos later, and we'll. I'll dig through on those.
I'd like to get them. I'd like to get them all set up. That would be super awesome.
Yeah, I'm hoping people, like. I mean, I'm just going to kind of circle into a different thing, but like, the Gravy Bones Armory deck. I mean, just briefly talking about that. I mean, there was some impressive things they've done. I mean, they've included this little pamphlet now. I mean, it's both a Blitz and a CC deck. I mean, there's a little art card in it technically, which is, they've been doing that for the other ones, but it's nice that they still do things like that. It's kind of an evolutionary step, and I'm glad that they've taken that extra effort to do. So it really. That's very cool. It feels like it's the most value armory deck that I've been able to get a hold of so far.
Agreed.
It's great.
I mean, like the amount of things you can add in for an upgrade, it's like nonsensical how like easy it is to upgrade the deck to something even remotely like crazy. I mean, really, it's just like if you get 3 copies of Chum and 3 copies of Whaler, like. Then it's just getting Avasties. The tipples are all like commons. And then like if you just gotta kind of ignore the gems that are being put into
You could make it work and just get the pirate's hook for the handpiece, and then we just get a mage. I mean, you could get a Mage Master boots, and then just cheap.
So,
and
I mean,
dead
at
threads.
this, yeah, but those are the expensive ones at the moment. Now, so I mean, we have actually quite a bit to look at. You got KO, that's 1, Bolton is 2, Azalea is 3, Dash is 4, Jarl is technically 5, Aurora is 6, Max is 7, Gravy is 8, and then Ira will be 9, Viscerai will be 10, and Prism will be 11. And 2 of those will be the LL versions. 1 will be the Origins version. So you have like 8 actual armory decks by Gen Con, which is an impressive amount of
10.
10?
Yeah, you have your the LL decks that are going to be available in Gen Con.
You're going to get Prism and Viscerai. And you can apparently only get those at conventions, which is maybe a topic for discussion as well.
We can talk about it. Ben, because I freaking hate it.
Well, I really hope you can make Gen Con, and if you can't, we're going to work to try to get you that. I'm going to try to buy one for myself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, typically, again, going back to my kind of mantra here, I like to have one that I'm playing with and one for my sealed collection of just enjoying to keep things sealed. I really doubt I'm going to be able to get 2 of each of these decks. And if I did get 2, I'm not going to be, hoardy and keep the one. I'm going to make sure you get a copy since you want one. Like, if I do manage to get 2 of each, I'm going to be doing my best to try to do that. But I also don't know how short printed they're going to be or not short printed. Like, there's,
I don't know that they're going to be short printed. It's just that because they're convention exclusives, you're only able to get them at these conventions. They're not going to be sold at stores. Like at LGS, which is my problem, but I understand not wanting to have something like this on the shelf because not everybody runs Living Legend. So having people buy cases of this product to put onto their shelves, it probably won't sell. And so having them be convention exclusives, it makes sense. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy that they're adding in the cards that are exclusive to those decks in the gem pack for gem pack 3. That way it's not you had to be there in order for you to get these things. You can pull them out of a gem pack and you'll have the same cards effectively without needing to get a whole new deck.
Yeah, so you can get the new headpieces inside of the gem packs then? Okay.
Yep.
Have they said if they're going to be exclusive other new cards, or are those going to be the only
They say that those are the only ones currently that are exclusive. I would certainly doubt that they create brand new cards for Living Legend heroes, simply because I think the Armory product is mainly specifically for making heroes that are currently not super great in the meta better. And so there's no reason to make support for heroes only in the Living Legend system, because that then effectively gets on the term of Modern Horizons effectively in that front, and that's not I don't think that's the way that they want to go about doing anything in that, but I could be wrong. I don't know what their plan is. I don't know anything about the deck. I assume it's just going to be all the great stuff that makes these heroes work, and then that way people don't have to worry about buying all these individual cards from Monarch and Arc and Crew in order for them to build a deck.
I hope they don't load it with a bunch of exclusive cards that you can only get in that thing, and it's just.
I thought they said that they weren't doing that. I thought it was just the headpieces that are coming out in the gym packs. That's what I thought.
That's what I expect, but if could happen, right? I don't know. I'm not at this rate with how stressful Nats was for a lot of people, and how release has been, and how this has now happened twice, and with convention promos and exclusives, it's just very weird. I would say that I didn't even see you open up another box, Ben.
Yeah, he's going to town already, buddy. Going to town.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot obviously that I'm hoping does not happen with the next set, because if we see this happen a third time,
Yes.
I don't know how much
It's a pattern.
faith the community is going to have in those situations, because it is kind of rough.
Which specific thing are you hoping does not happen?
Poor allocation before a crazy large. That's it. Like, luckily, at least in this front, we know that the Set 17 is due to release in September, like late September, and Worlds is in November. So they have time in between, September and November to get like all these other things in. But now they have to, we have to figure out what the structure is for the whole thing, because it could be, people are going to probably work really hard to try and get their draft information in, but now Living Legend is going to be a part of being a world champion. And so now there's all these people who are trying to figure out what they want to play in LL and how they want to play in Living Legend. And so it's very, it's new. Everything is new. And it's, I understand that it's good that there's change occurring, because you want that in a game, because you can't make it stale. But the downfall of that is that when you do it without your players being prepared for anything, it feels bad for probably everybody, unless you have all the money in the world to just buy product and make whatever deck you want with no repercussions whatsoever.
The Ira deck looks like it's already on pre-sale on TCG Player. I just sent it to you. It's $100. Please don't pre-order for $100, people. That's ridiculous.
Please do not.
No.
But I saw that as a pre-order. I think the KO Armory deck's still 115. Jarl is actually about 80, which MSRP's for 70, 69.99. So that's really pretty close. The Gravy Bones deck is 74. That's a little high. Maybe it's just
it's the only way to get a lot of those exclusive cards, and they're very playable. You get Anka, you get Oyston, you get Sawbones, and then you get there's the two blues that you get. You get the one that blows up the arsenal and then loot the arsenal, and then you get the other one that I think makes your opponent discard a card, and those are all super powerful cards.
It also has Call to the Grave, which is pretty good.
Well, I was going to say, I was looking at the cards in there, and Call to the Grave is $40, even the reprinted version. So that's pretty interesting to see that there's the Bright Lights Heist card was reprinted in Max, and that's still a $20 card, which, Max is a $50 deck right now on TCG Player. So $20 of it is just that one card. And then KO, that Armory deck has a $40 Savage Sash in it. So it's interesting.
I think it's honestly and this is just because I'm sure myself and many other people have been paying attention, but having a new deck do really well at a big event simply means hype, right? People who already were excited to play Gravy Bones are now even more excited to play Gravy Bones. People are picking up singles where they can. Right now, there hasn't been like another wave of product to come out, so we're dealing with whatever product we have available to us right now. And then not to mention the fact that, again, Gravy Bones just does really well, and so now other people are outside of the fact that they might not even be hyped for Gravy Bones, but the fact that it did really well.
I absolutely have to say this because I want to make sure people don't ever sit here and say that I'm spitting crap. On the Flesh and Blood Collector Center right now, High Seas is not out of print, and it's not been announced to print run size. So, it looks like it's printed in both Belgium and Japan. Now, I have not actually seen any plastic packs. We've only seen the Belgium versions at this time. I've not seen any plastic
I haven't seen any
packs. I do want, if they do exist, I do want some just for my sealed collection. That would be kind of cool. However, if we go back one set and go to the Hunted, it also says that it is booster pack, Belgium, Japan, out of print to be announced, and print size to be announced. Rosetta is, last I looked, it is Belgium, Japan, but it is out of print, size to be announced. So at the moment, it looks like the last 2 sets are still in print, and they could still happen. Part the Mistveil is also out of print at this point, and Heavy Hitters, I believe, is also out of print. So
Yeah.
Yep. It's nice to see that technically, according to their information, that those 2 latest sets are still in print, even if they are hard to find right now. I'm not sure how much we'll continue to see or what the story is there, but it's nice to know that they should be around. I hope.
I mean, you at the end of the day, you have to realize that they don't own their printers, and so if another wave is due to be printed and then released, it might not be for a few weeks, a month, maybe, depending on what the logistics look like for the whole thing. So it is I don't know. It's a very interesting way to go about getting it all set up, but at the end of the day, something that I want to at least note, and this is I'll go to my watery grave with this, is that if anybody sits here and thinks that Gravy Bones cards are only going to go up, the answer is no. They're not only going to go up. They are certainly due to go down. Only because of, it's because of 2 things. One, nobody knows how to truly beat Gravy yet. And when their locals get filled up with a bunch of people who play Gravy, somebody's going to find out the aggro deck that beats Gravy. There's several decks that beat Gravy. Katsu, Dory, like all of these here, like everybody rocks them. So these are that. Then people are going to do exactly what every time I see it happen to the locals all the time. They get this deck. They're like, this is the best deck because I copied it from this person who got top 2 at Worlds or at Nats, and that's the deck that I'm going to run. Brody Spurlock brought this deck to first place in the Battle Hardened, so it's obviously good. They go in, they're going to go 0-3 at their armory, and they're going to say, this deck is shit. I'm going to throw it out, and they're going to get rid of all their cards and start selling them off for other things. And it's going to trade hands. People are not going to want to play anymore. God, the foiling on that thing looks so good. God dang.
Right?
That's pretty.
Woo! Gosh, they really kill it with the foiling on these ones, I tell you. It's
so nice.
It's so nice. But what the hell was it? So Gravy cards, they're due to go down because people are going to proceed to just play more aggressive decks, and Gravy can't deal with that, so he dies. This is the same thing that happened with Syndra. Syndra was hot for solid 3 weeks, maybe even a month after her performance at the world premiere, and then fell off. And now she's getting back into it again, strictly because she's a good deck to beat into Gravy, which is, it's how it is. Second off, the cards that go inside the Gravy deck are not very transferable. And that's the dink.
I need a dink. I need a dink. Now, what's crazy is I don't think there's any foils of these, only the marbles. Like, the heroes are either the regulars or you have the marbles, which is kind of a nice bubble.
It's just like the dragons.
Hey, did you get any signed baubles, by the way? I don't think you probably did, but I just figured I'd ask.
I did not get any signed baubles. I did not.
Dang it!
I got to meet a couple people, and then I was just like, I didn't even have baubles on me, and I was like, ugh. I could have gotten so many baubles though, because that's how everybody was throwing away their bulk there. So
one other crazy thing, the Armory deck Ira, we were talking about it just a minute ago. It is because today is the 12th. It actually comes out in 30 days from now, or basically we're about 1 month from today as of filming, because it comes out the 11th of June.
Right.
So that's kind of neat.
I need that.
The next one's going to be. What's up?
I said I need that deck. I have to have it. I'm an Ira player, a Ninja player, and I hope they treat it like. So with this whole vengeance thing, and it's kind of like a new combo mechanic. I really hope they kind of do like the Gravy Bones way, where they print some maybe some new rares or commons to kind of add into some, kind of beef up her, the pool of cards that she has access to. I'd like for her to get some more just basic things kind of like that for her to mess around with. So,
Yeah.
and the equipment too. I mean, like historically, they're putting in like 3 to 4 pieces of new equipment. So it's going to be interesting to see what Ninja's going to get from this. I'm really excited about it.
It says
You know what they
11
did last time they
Majestics.
made the last time they made Ira specific equipment, it was the best in its format, and it's probably only going to get better from there at that point. I honestly hope that in that deck you get 3 copies of Red Bittering Thorns, because
I hope so. That card
God
is
knows everybody's been
amazing.
missing out on that.
Yeah,
So I guess the two other things I wanted to talk about, which aren't necessarily related to the Nats conversation earlier, is we got, Gen Con coming up in about 2 months with Guardian Pack Mastery getting released, and that would be when they debut the Smash Palace and the new Bravo deck. But I guess leaning into that, I know that they're doing something, but one of the things that's missing from High Seas, which is kind of sad, is they started it and they stopped it, which is the long deck boxes that I got from Part the Mistveil and Rosetta and Round the Table, and even the Hunted, and now we don't get one for High Seas. So do you think that the next set they're going to come back, or do you think that that was a moment in time where that was a direction they had in their head and they said, this isn't working, we're going to stop that? Because
I don't think it's a good product. I don't think it's a product. I don't think it's a product that ever leaves the shelves, besides maybe 1 or 2 individuals purchase one. But it does not sell at all near the rate of the rest of the stuff, and not to mention the fact that the decks that are contained within there are just a bunch of bulk that people are going to give you anyway.
Yes.
So the one time they didn't do that is when they made the Arachne contract Arachne in the Hunted, and they gave him a whole new mentor and all this stuff. But for that being the case, obviously they were just like, well, maybe this is just an opportunity for us to print contract stuff for them. And it didn't matter. Nobody's playing mentors. Like, we're not, they're catering to individuals who are not, they don't really care that much about that product. And so I think it's better for their margins, especially if it allows them to put more effort.
I mean, you can buy $70 toward a booster box is going to give you more packs than theoretically. But I would like to have
those booster decks out of the box. If you just open the box, you can probably build a Blitz deck out of just the cards in the box.
I think it'd be neat to have an option to get the boxes themselves still somehow, with, like, if you wanted to do a $70, call it a half a booster box, do the Pokemon thing, but make it a 12-pack booster box, and it's the long box, and that's one of the options for me to get something with just raw cards and a playmat. That is one thing that I think would be neat, but it's just because I really like those dang boxes. That's the only. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, aesthetically, that's cool, but I think just like the majority of the people who play, whether they be casual or they be competitive, don't normally buy that product. And
it's an oddity that I like them as much, I'm sure, but
right. And that's the thing. You collect them because you're a collector, right? You collect these things because you want to keep that as a memento to showcase the history of the game and how they exist. That is a reason to purchase them. But like, unless like you and your buddies are like trying to, like, even if you and like 2 other people are trying to get into the game, I still wouldn't tell you to go buy a long box. I'd instead tell you to go buy 2 first strike decks.
Yeah.
And just play into those and do each other, because it's going to be easier. It's $10 a deck, and you get to get the general concept of the game without having to buy a whole ass box that you're not going to do anything with besides throw out, probably. So
do you think we're going to get another Round the Table, or you think that that's also a history of past now? Do you think that the Smash Palace is going to be with the mashing of the Guardian Mastery Pack, the board game in a box thing for Gen Con? Is that the new
Yeah, I think Smash Palace is it. I think that's your TCC equivalent now.
Yep. Yeah. I think TCC did what it needed to. It's cool, but I think that Smash Palace not having exclusives in it and just saying, hey, buy buy a box, like just buy you get the Smash Palace thing, you get all of the 12 packs, and then you get to just crack, shuffle, and play into your opponents. That's a lot more of a, I don't need to purchase this product to get an exclusive. I'm purchasing this product because I want the board game, and that's why you do something like that. Yo, a frailty hit.
Whoa.
Let's go.
That's nice. Congrats.
Oh.
Now, you know what's interesting to me? I was just looking at Gen Con stuff. The events that are in there, the Smash Palace launch event, they're not sold out yet. So
They're
that's
probably not going to be sold out.
It's a max of
It's
140 max of 144 players. So there's not 144 people. Oh, it actually says how many tickets are available. Hold on. This is crazy math. As of this moment, hold on. Oh God. What does this mean? That may not be good, folks.
What does this mean?
Hold on. There was 144 available tickets, or the max was 144. Available tickets is 97. There are 47 people signed up for the actual world premiere of Smash Palace as of this filming, based on what I'm seeing.
That's more than I thought.
That's a lot, but that's...
Yeah.
But again, you get a promo. You get like all this other stuff.
Oh, we get a pro. I guess
like,
I didn't read that. Did I actually get a special promo for
I'm
that?
pretty sure there's a convention promo.
You get I think it's either a young Marlin or a young Puffin rainbow foil is what you get for the con exclusive.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what in my opinion, the best thing to do at Gen Con is the Learn to Play event, in my opinion, because it's $20 and you go there, you get a welcome deck Bravo. So you get the new welcome deck Bravo that's got all those cards that some of them have new art. And then you get to pick from a first strike deck. So if you want, you could do you could pick from Terra or Aura. So you pick Terra because a lot of Guardian stuff. Those Terra decks are like $20 still. So you could get a Terra deck and then the Bravo deck, and then you get 3 packs of Smash or heavy hitter, not heavy hitters, the new Guardian
Mastery pack. Yeah.
So you get all of that for $20. So I think that's a pretty good deal.
Pretty good deal.
See, I wish I would have known that. That one is sold out. The Thursday Flesh and Blood Learn to Play experience is sold out for $20. I think I just want to get the Bravo Learn to Play deck. So I don't know if there's another way to get that or if I have to go to that event. But
no, I mean they're effectively going to provide them to every LGS to give them out as free decks to individuals, kind of like they do with the Ira deck.
Yeah, but it would be nice to try to get them day 1 or 2 to see. I mean, I'm sure people will post a bunch of stuff, but
I'm sure they're hoping to bring a bunch. I'm sure they're not going to run out of Bravo decks. If they run out of Bravo starter decks, then that tells a lot about
where the game growth is,
Flesh and Blood, and how we're doing. Right. So
I better have.
It's going to be good. It's going to be a good time. I certainly wish I could be there, but it's I don't know. There's a lot happening with the product, and I just have to hope that they don't do what they did with High Seas now. Little baby.
Oh. This is my fat cat. This is Fizzgig. He's the mostly Maine Coon. I don't know what actually he kind of is, but he is probably every bit of 20-25 pounds. He's a very fat cat. We had to shave his back. Okay, you want down. All right, bye-bye.
Hefty baby.
The wife brought in bologna, and all the dogs are staring, and the cat, because apparently the cat thinks it's a dog.
Everybody's
really
excited.
Wants the bologna.
I'm also excited for bologna.
There is apparently a Thursday Guardian Oh, see, this is wild. I never thought... I'm going to have to do this. You're going to bed?
I said I put the kitten to
Oh,
bed.
the kitten to bed. Yes, kitten time.
Revolution, so if you go in there, don't touch back of net.
Don't scratch back of net because of Revolution flea and tick meds. Got it. The rescue kitty has been fully given new things, so yay.
There you go. Yay.
I did not know that they actually had tickets available as a public information. So basically knowing the maximum players in this, you can start knowing how many are there. It's that's intriguing. I'm going to have to kind of look and see what people are thinking is good. I did not necessarily think of like the Smash Palace Arena as an example. 48 maximum players.
They do that for SCG Con stuff too. I mean, you're able to see like how many tickets are remaining out of.
Yeah,
whatever
I never
the
thought
event.
to sit here and
So,
look, I guess is what I was saying. So like this Smash Palace Arena as an example, it's 48 maximum players, 3 people have bought the ticket, there's 45 available left. So I was worried that these were going to get sold out real quick, and I was going to have some you got a double-sided card or not a double-sided
there you go. Consign
Yeah.
shock.
Basilio.
The
Are we
card's
going to
so
see
crazy.
are we going to see a convention exclusive like Blaze again, do you think?
No.
No.
They're done with those?
I hope so. I hope they're done with them.
I hope they learn.
I hope. I don't know what to tell you. I think collectively nobody enjoyed the fact that you only get the best hero in Blitz only if you were able to go to any of these conventions and or proceeded to spend like $60 to purchase the hero. Like,
so
crazy.
do you want to speculate then, like what we think set 17 might be, what might be in it, and if we're going to see? We got a bunch of armory decks coming, so we got an illusionist, we got the living legend stuff. Are we gonna? I mean, this is like breakneck speed for these armory decks, like 1 or 2 a month, or 1 a month, or 1 every other month. So are we thinking we're going to keep that breakneck pace after Gen Con or at Gen Con? Will it be some sort of keynote kind of a thing, or when do you think we're going to know?
Probably not
know
a
more?
keynote. I mean, I certainly think we'll know more at Singapore. Probably, maybe. Yeah.
When does that happen?
Next month.
So before Gen Con.
Yeah.
Okay. And
so yeah, we might get a keynote there, or it'll wait until Worlds. Worlds will have a keynote because effectively everything's lined up from now until then, right? Well, no, because we don't have Worlds. No, it'd be Singapore. That makes sense because we'll probably know. We'll probably even get a teaser of the next set at Singapore. If I were to
so
guess.
we can have back-to-back Necromancer to build that class out further, or would that be?
It's gonna be one of 2 things. All right, it's gonna be one of 2 things. One, I hope that it's a Savage Land set because that would be sick. We've not gone there. We've gone to like a very niche little spot outside of it, but never actually to the Savage Lands. And the second thing is Anvilheim. We're going to get the dwarf stuff. I think that's it. Those are one of the 2. Those are my 2 predictions of where set 17 could go.
We've got a lot of dwarf.
Because, yeah, we've been in these worlds several times now. Obviously we know we're not going to get War of the Monarch 3. So we don't have to worry about that being set 17. We know it's not going to be Aria focused because Aurora's not going to get printed again until June of 2026. So we're probably just due to see some new things. Brute also is in like a big need of new cards. So I think Savage Lands is certainly helpful. It could be Brute Guardian. Like well, Master Pack Guardian is going to be coming out soon.
What about the 9th thing that, we talked? Oh, well, I guess let's go back to that too, because now that we've seen supposedly the 9th or all 9 of the gyms with the 9th area, could that also be? Is that Anvilheim, or is that going to be Tropal? Do you think that, like, what did we kind of figure out after all the lore? Because there's a bunch of lore articles too, which I know we haven't really touched on too much, but there's those 3 lore articles. Fun fact, you can have AI read it to you. I know people hate AI, but I put it into like a voice thing. It's 30 minutes worth of talking if you have it read at like a standard talking pace.
Yep.
It is an alarming amount of information, which is great. I am not complaining. It is just, I did not realize. I was like, man, this is, oh my gosh, it's 30 minutes. So it's almost 2 hours worth of lore if you have it read to you. So that's kind of cool. Lot to sink in.
Absolutely. I don't know whether or not Triple Donny is going to be like the next spot, because there's also Coralisi, which is Coralisi, I think, is the like, it's just like an underwater city, and it's not Triple Donny, notably, because I guess like according to the only lore I read, which is Gravy Bones lore, you have to have like some shaman cast a spell on a skull of an ancient in order for like a portal to open. And ooh,
I need that.
Hell yeah!
I totally need that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to work out some trades, and/or I'm paying you for some stuff because you're getting all my mech stuff, man. That's what I need. So
That's the mech box. But
did I
it's
did
gonna
I
be.
tell
I
you?
don't know. I don't know where we're gonna go. I don't know where we're gonna go after this. I would imagine it's either Savage Lands or Anvilheim, but I don't think it's gonna be Tropeldani. I think Anvilheim is a new
I think
area
dwarves.
entirely.
I think dwarves would be
and
great.
so I think that makes sense because it's nowhere on the map. Ninth area, and not some like secret crazy world that exists in like the underground or whatever. Like Anvilheim just like it's just there. It's got to be just there. But we
So
don't
are
know
we
where.
are we gonna possibly see more of the thief or straight pirate as an example? Do you think we'll see more of that in the upcoming set, or do you think they're gonna let that cook for a while?
Thief is not going to get anything anymore. That has been confirmed by Brian Gottlieb. That
Oh,
there's not
really?
going to be any
Okay.
more thief. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not going to be any more thief things.
Where did he? Now, out of curiosity, do you know where he said that? Was that like an in-person thing, or was that a?
Pretty sure he said it while they were doing at the world premiere. Because I think DM Armada asked, and he was like, "Hey, so like, what's the deal with this? Are we getting more thieves?" And he's like, "No, it's strictly just for limited to have this experience, and that's what it is." So that's
cool.
fine. I don't mind. Thief is
No, it's like Bard. It's whether or not Bard will ever continue to get a support. We'll see.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That'll be different. But
or merchants. Where's my merchant set?
We could get a pirate.
Yeah. That's what High Seas was until they were like, "No, let's make it pirates instead."
Yeah, we're gonna make Jake mad, and we're gonna change it from merchants to pirate. DMR. We're gonna give this set to DM Armada. He can have it. I'm just.
Yep, he can have it.
But one last funny thing, I did some. I think it's called word scramble stuff with the Tropeldani. The two words that kept coming up when you do this for some reason is portal and paladin. I don't know why, but for some reason, if you take those, I think it's the anagram is the right word. You can take those words and you can get the word portal and you can get the word paladin. It's wild. I don't know why, but it is kind of weird to think that those two words are inside of that, even though it is just a coincidence. But I don't know.
Well, I mean, it almost kind of makes sense, at least from the portal aspect, because again, like you need to, like as I was mentioning through like the lore, you effectively need to have like a shaman cast some kind of ritual on the skull of like an ancient Tropeldani empress, and then cast it into the fucking sea, and then have like this typhoon appear that you only have like a certain amount of time to go in to be able to actually get anything from Tropeldani, and then you bounce. So before like the portal closes. So I don't know, maybe portal makes sense and Donnie is like a different thing. I don't know, but I'd have to do more. Obviously, we have to learn more about that before.
Oh, I totally just realized that DM Armada is doing his live stream now. He's cracking boxes too. I didn't know that was happening right this minute.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
He's raised $17,734 as of this moment, with 2 hours remaining of his $20,000 goal. So, congrats to him.
Let's
That
go.
is awesome.
Let's go.
That's some good stuff, man. That's awesome. Do you want to crack your treasure pack there, or you want to keep that one sealed?
No, let's crack it. Let's see what's in here.
I'm calling dead threads.
Oh,
Ooh. I'm calling a Marvel Polycranker because then I can have to find a way to get it from you. Now, what's the thought process, by the way, on, I know that they included some cards in the treasure pack that people weren't happy about, which were like the ones that are specific to limited with the whole like Treasure Island aspect. Do you think that we'll ever see Treasure Island not in limited, or that's a cool one? Look at that.
Yeah, I think that there's a world in which you're able to make just the concept of Treasure Island, based on the games I played in limited. Treasure Island is kind of like its own mini game.
It is.
And I think that's the draw for it. I already know there's a bunch of people making cubes for it. I know that there are. I plan to make like I plan to make like a cute little UPF pirate only Project Blue like style thing where like you just have it in the middle and you and your opponents are all doing that to like get gold and such. It seems like it'll be a fun time. Do I think it is going to be useful anywhere else? No, because it's not you can't like play it in constructed. So yeah, but it's fun.
I
I
think
mean, it's a fun little thing to do.
because now you got Scurv. You can do 4-player UPF, and each person takes a hero and
Yeah.
a UPF that way.
Yep, that's kind of it. I mean, that's the plan, is like just make 4 blitz versions of these heroes with the bulk you have, and then send them into one another with Treasure Island out, and then you're able to. It makes use out of all this like draft chaff stuff that you're able to find within the gold pack. So like if you do get something like a expedition, it doesn't feel as bad because you're just like, oh cool, I can add this to my, you know, gravy deck or my scurv deck whenever I'm playing against somebody in UPF. So, but a lot of fun. I think it's got potential for fun, goofy, like side event thing. But outside of that, they're going to be just regular old collectibles. I know most of them are going for like $5, $6, even though they're not available to be played in constructed. But it's also kind of nice. I mean, like a lot of these cards are
I'm sure they'll
insanely valuable still. So
even for stuff like this is not very valuable, but I'm sure there'll be set collectors that want one of every one of these.
yeah, me.
Just full set.
It's me. I want them. I want all of them.
I just donated $20 to the
Beautiful.
St. Jude's thing while I was sitting here. I grabbed my wallet. I realized that I
Nice.
hadn't donated something. So
Yeah. I love how they look. I think they all look super pretty. I think the art looks good. It's a little like, I don't know. I'm not like in love with the gold tint. I like more that it's gold foil than anything else. But
Yeah.
the EAs look way better than the non-EAs. Like I got an EA excuse me. I got an EA Sunken Treasure from my treasure pack, and that was really cool because I was like, oh cool, an M. That's fine. Like I'm happy to pull that out of there. But
I
yeah.
want to keep one sealed. So the joke is, I always have the most expensive card. You'll just never see it because
Schrodinger's pack.
Yeah. I saw, I think it was it was Foil Degens was doing something where you were trying to figure out if you could scan it with a,
You can weigh it.
I don't think he really can based on watching all the stuff he did. So I don't really think it's at risk of saying, if you buy used packs, but buy like loose packs, I don't think it's going to be as risky as some people might think it might be. So
No. I don't think it'll be that bad. I don't think there's going to be an issue. I hope that LGSs that run events and sell products.
Oh yeah,
hope to keep those gem packs, and then
that circles back to our 3-way tie for first place. I don't know when we're going to see those gold packs. I think they're still at the store, but it was kind of a little sad that we didn't each get one because he used 3 boxes worth of product, and I was like, it'd have been real nice to actually get that, but
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
We'll raffle it out at some point, I'm sure. So
I learned a lot. Ben whooped my butt in that 3rd round because he had Marlon doing some hardcore smackaroos to my I think it was Gravy Bones pool, and if I remember right, you had me down to like, if I could have had 1 extra life, I'd have, because we were at time, I think is where we were with it, but like you had something where it was like overpowered and where there was just no way for me to stop it, and it was just it was wild.
I finally had a goldfin harpoon that I was able to overpower, and then I played one of the blues that gives you like a +2 bonus when you steal a gold. So I was able to come in for 8 overpower on that last turn. So
nice.
That's what did it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, limited's so fun. It's such a fun thing for this set. I do think that if there's
macros will stay, do you think we'll get to see those set go forward? Like as we've seen one in Rosetta, we didn't see one in Hunted, right? Was there? No. But High Seas had one.
I mean, I think so. I think they're really cool. I think they add an limited that makes it unique. It doesn't distract from the power of the set. And it's, again, like that's kind of the whole thing is when you when you chalk it up to additional bonuses to shoring things up on when to attack, when not to attack, and it almost kind of teaches you, especially if you don't already know, like your blocking potential to your attack potential, and how much gold you're gonna get, how much gold do you need to like go off on your turn. Like I had a really really good game against Tegan from Flesh and Bad when we were in Nats, where I played Gravy, a pretty solid Gravy list, I would say, up against their Marlin, and it got down to the wire to the point where I was near unable to, we were getting down to it, and I was like, okay, I think I have the means to kill you, but they were able to get a Goldfin Harpoon like 3 turns in a row, kill all my allies, and I had nothing left in deck. And I'm like, oh, shoot, like that's really good. Yeah. So there's a lot of like, and I mean, they thought they were dead to rights. It was like I definitely was on the front foot, and then like I looked to my right and I had no deck, and I was like, oh, well, shoot. How do I guess I could probably do something different here? And then that was it. So it was it's just a fun limited experience, whether you're playing sealed or draft.
We've seen a lot of people
it's
go
nice
to
keep a sealed box too.
Yeah.
So
well, and this set is one of the rare sets where you have a different artwork box. So you technically have 3 unique artwork boxes, and I mean, there's Marlin. There's 1. There's Gravy Bones. There's 2.
Open them. Open them.
Puffin. There's 3.
Open them.
But,
open them.
But
open
that is
them. Don't keep it sealed. Open that stuff.
It's so devastating because it's like I don't want to, like, I bought a bunch of heavy hitters and I still have yet to hit a effing legendary.
Heavy hitters was bad. You get such value out of this thing.
Oh, well, yeah, that was not.
You might also enjoy this box.
Holy shoot! It's just your sealed packs.
This is heavy hitters, Japanese. I actually don't have heavy hitters Belgium. I have part the Mistvale Japanese, part the Mistvale Japanese, or Belgium Japanese, hunted Japanese, and actually Japanese literally, and then English in Belgium. Uprisings here, the Belgium. I actually, somebody had a bunch of the Rosetta packs. I bought those because I didn't have them. And then the only high seas I have. Oh, you might get a kick out of this, Alex. The one big purchase I made when I was at SCG Con Indy was I bought an alpha pack and what is this called? Just Arcane Rising, but first ed.
Yeah.
So
that's nice.
They were selling at SCG Con Denver. They were selling alpha packs for $100, and I'm like, ooh.
This was like 90, and this was like 70, yeah. I think.
Yep.
It's gonna be nothing, right? I'm never going to open it, so I'll never know what's on the inside. But like, it's.
But it could be a heart.
Could be a heart.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just like this. This
the world may never know.
We can't get him, Ben. We can't get him to gamble.
No,
just like it. This. God, this is my New Moon Marvel.
Yeah.
He's a collector.
He's a collector.
Remember, you can always open it. You can't seal it.
That's true.
Tell that to all the people selling fake cards on the internet.
Oh, you want to see some fake cards? These are good ones. This came from that LGS that closed down. There's a fake Time Walk.
Wow.
And there's
fake Ancestral Recall. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, fake Recall and a fake Blastoise. There's holes in them for people that are curious. He actually had them thumbtacked to a wall. So it's kind of crazy. You can really tell the Magic card's fake. The Pokemon card, to me it looks real, but like I don't know. He said it was fake. So
did a good job on that then.
Was on his wall for a while. There's another crazy game coming out that I wanted to kind of look at some point. This is Ethereal? I don't know. It's
Celestials?
Is that going to be at Gen Con?
I think they will be.
I think
I know that
be at Gen Con.
Alpha Clash will be at Gen Con. Source will be at Gen Con. So All right, well, I'll at least have one of each sealed, so we'll open. I got because this is it's still in print.
One of us.
Still
One
in
of
print.
us.
What do I got?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Arcane, whatever the hell that thing is. Conference.
Oh, hey, there's a double Majestic in that pack.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess I should.
So you should just open a box. You're already on a high streak. Like, let's go.
All right. Here's my.
Yeah, I got another one. Yeah.
My puffin.
If I had product to open, I would.
No cold foil. That's okay. We got just a couple of comments. Clap them irons. Actually, to me that's a pretty rare. I don't see a lot of that one. I have not seen quite a bit of that one. It's a pretty interesting ability too.
I think I got 2 of those in a whole case.
Gravy bones, everybody likes. Oh, so this last one's either that has to be. Oh, it's a harpoon.
Well, it wasn't a Marvel apparently.
Dang it! All right, what do we got?
Oh, bring out the big guns.
What do we got?
What? Nope. All right.
So that means there's no Majestic in there.
Yep.
I think the only thing that really is kind of silly is because product is kind of harder to find at the moment. I just want to keep one of each sealed, and then like if I can find more, I'll open more. But like, I think I bought 10 packs from the LGS because they had some singles packs, and that was basically kind of what he had left. And of those 10 packs, I got literally no Majestics in the 10 packs I opened. Well, I guess, yeah, because these are even more than... So I think I bought like 12 packs, so half a box.
It's all gone. You can't find anything.
Yeah. As much as I hate to say it, I still think that this is a buy a box or don't buy anything at all kind of deal.
Well, because the gold pack is very important, yeah.
It's very important, and also just notably, like, again, it's down to like even the spread of Majestics is important, because if you only buy like 3 packs and you get 0 Majestics, you spent probably, I don't know, what are they going for, like $6 a pack now, 7? So you're spending like $21 on 3 packs for you to get bulk. I mean, like, obviously you should never purchase product with the assumption that you're going to get your money back, but knowing that you get a box premium, because you get 24 packs for cheaper than you would if you bought 24 packs individually. And 2, you also get a gold pack on top of it, which helps notate that. And on top of it, you also get to have every Majestic in the box that comes out. Like, it's not like, maybe I got a couple, or maybe like these ones are here. Like, you get all of it. So
on average, like usually at least 6 Majestics, and usually one of them, and then maybe a 7th that might be rainbow foil, but there's typically at least 6 Majestics in a box.
Yeah. Yep. So definitely good to get the box premium if you can afford it. Obviously, now can afford a box, awesome. If you can't, don't worry about it. You probably
Rosetta
already
was
have
out of print. Was Rosetta out of print?
Rosetta is out of print, yes.
Do you think long term? Because there can be Marvels in those, I think, can't there?
Yes.
Because that's
there
kind
are
of
cold foils in there. There's Marvels.
Well, I guess there's technically Marvel capability in these too, but it's just not as.
It's not
common.
cold foils. You can't get cold foils out of them.
So, anything else you guys want to chat about, or what are you thinking? Ben, you got more boxes, or are you out? Are you out of boxes now?
I'm out for now.
All out.
You got a hell of a hit there, though.
This was nuts.
That's crazy.
Floored to pull this.
Which, because there's 9 of them, the math is 1 of 100 for each. There's 900 total. That's 1 of 900 in the entire print run.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like like the gold foils of I think gold foil Majestics or gold foil Legendaries. There's only like 100 of each of those.
Mm-hmm.
The number is and those typically go for about 1,000. For the low ones, and the better ones are usually like 1,500, 2,000 for the better ones. So I think for I think for $1,000 for these, I think makes sense. Just going off
Do
that
you
number.
think they're going to stay at that price? I mean, that to me, it's wild to see that price. Maybe it's just because I don't deal in the high end cards, but like,
it's a collectible. I mean, at the end of the day, there's it is if anything has taught me, if just TCGs have taught me anything, anytime somebody says there is only X amount of this card in existence, if that number has 3 digits, it's gonna go for 4+ digits. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
so
it
what
just
about the one of
is.
one library? I heard that they're taking offers on that. Do you think they're going to
actually, I got information on that.
your mic cut out?
$20,000.
Oh, how much?
$20,000.
Really?
They're trying to sell it for $20,000. They said right out the gate they'll take it for $20K. If somebody's willing to buy it for $20K, that they will give it to them. But I think they're doing some kind of auction soon or something, or like however they're going to do it. Like,
wow, Hamal just posted 59 minutes ago. He's the first person to get the max rarity of all 9 gems.
Nice. Yeah, I'm sure he was buying up a lot. He was at Nats, pretty sure.
I mean, that's got to be a very hard to get set.
He's got one of each of these now.
Yeah, he has all 9 in a single photo. I'll share it with the group.
It is. It honestly was not that hard. I mean, a lot of product was open that weekend, and I think like a good amount of them were opened, which was pretty good. So,
I mean, I don't know the print run size on this. I'm not even gonna pretend to know, but like,
damn, that's pretty. My God.
I mean, the question is, do you get him graded or do you leave him ungraded so you can play with him in a deck and really bling the shit out of something? Because
no, you grade those things. What are you talking about? That's crazy. You grade that shit. That's insane. Play with the ones that are non-foil. Don't play with those. The whole point of them being collectible.
You think you're gonna grade yours, Ben?
I'm gonna see if I can get any bites for it for, whatever, probably around 1,000 is hopefully what I try to sell it for. So if I get any bites for it,
Gen Con, somebody will buy it. I'm positive of that.
Yeah, I'll take it to Gen Con and see if I can sell it there. So, and if I can't, I'll definitely send it off to get graded because it's beautiful. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Man, these altars are freaking crazy too. I'm seeing some cool altars come out of that's a gravy bones.
Ooh, that's nice.
I got this back in the mail about a couple weeks ago. Breaking scales.
Gold foil breaking scales?
Gold foil breaking scales.
Oh yeah, that's what they won at the Commoner Gold Foil event was breaking scales.
Yeah, I think it's as a ninja player, like I collect all this ninja stuff, so I've got a nice side flippers too.
There you go.
Anything
that picture I just sent makes me sad on the inside.
What makes you sad? Oh. The commanding
Fluke and Box posted 6 Marvel CNCs and the very rare, hard to get you have to turn in to get the special, Marvel shield because the first one
correct shield.
Up. Yeah.
Right.
Which I do want one of those shields. I feel like that's an obtainable thing to do. But I also want the misprint shield too. So I don't know.
You'd probably want the misprint shield more than anything, right? Of the Ram's head.
Yeah, would they put a block value on it, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Infinite block.
Would that be on TCG Player or would that be? I mean, it's overseas.
No.
So I would imagine you'd have to go
eBay or
Card
something.
Market.
Yeah, Card Market might have it. You might need to go to like a Discord for it though.
I wonder what somebody would charge on something like that. That'd be the $1 million question.
I mean, it's just a legendary shield. I don't imagine it's also non-foil, but like it's the one of its kind. I don't know. I mean, I'd imagine technically you probably don't have too many people who kept the misprint. But
I mean,
maybe did.
I don't know.
I would.
What is happening? Why are we meowing? Do you want up? Do you need?
What do you guys think about What do you guys think about Riches of Tropodani being super playable?
I think it's insane, and I think it's crazy to think that we're in a world where another generic gem got printed.
Was this the
Yep.
ship it? Was this the ship it card that we were warned about?
The ship it card?
Yeah, I thought I heard that that there was a conversation or something between like James and somebody else saying like, "Are you sure you want to print this?" And he said, "Just ship it" or something. Was that what I heard? Or there was like some interview I thought that was said.
I am unaware. I mean, I certainly wouldn't doubt it. Like this easily could have just said pirate resource,
Yeah.
and that would have been it. Would have been very, very different. It still probably would have gone for a lot because obviously Gravy Bones is going to want it. Marlon's going to want it. Puffin probably also maybe in a world wants it, but literally just the concept that you can have a gold already. Pitch this to play a gold. Draw a card, make another gold.
Yeah. This card is
it's
bonkers in Marlin.
That's crazy. That's insane. Not to mention Victor, who gets to do the same thing where you could pitch it to a gold, draw a card, create a gold, and draw a card. That's a 2-card draw off of a generic resource. It's so insane. Like, I don't understand how this like just got passed and was like, oh yeah, let it pitch too. Like, if it was red, it'd be one thing, but
at this point though, it's more expensive than I think the WTR gems.
Oh yeah, last time I checked, there were only 4 listed on TCG and $400 a piece.
Yep.
Well, there's a little bit more than that right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 listed. The cheapest is $350 from a kind of a mid-tier seller, and then it's $400 and up right there.
Yeah. That first one's lightly played. So yeah, $400 for a near mint copy.
Yeah. Yep. You're looking at about 400 smackaroonies for this thing.
And then I mean, I have Ophidia also went bonkers.
Yep.
Oh.
Just those 2 cards alone. You guys know how much the Gravy Bones deck that won the Battle Hardened goes for, that Brody Spurlock won? You want to know? Take a guess.
1,500.
2,000.
What about you, Jacob? 2,300.
Oh wow.
Gee.
Yeah.
And that's
you know why? Because
rarity?
2 fucking gems are in that shit. It's base rarity and everything.
Rarity?
You've got Eye of Ophidia. Everything else is base. I mean, you have quick dodge flexors are in there. Dead Threads is in there. Crown of Dominion went up to like $200 for a rainbow foil. Crown of Providence, Balance of Justice, the hook, and then like all the $30 Majestics that come out of the set for Gravy Bones. Like, it is a expensive deck.
3 Chums, 3 Whalers. Give No Quarter is like a $45 card.
Yep.
I mean, Deathmatch Arena is only $160. I mean, looking at these other fables, there's cheaper ones, and then there
are Diamond Amulet.
Yep.
Yeah, that Diamond Amulet. Just the regular copy is $65.
It's wild. I think that this set will go down as like one of the hardest to find sets in the game.
Yeah.
Do you think that's an accident or on purpose or a combination of both?
I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
I think they meant to kind of short print this a little bit, kind of, take some off the top just for there to be that hype and create this, this air about the treasure packs, and you're searching for treasures and the pirate theme. Like, I think that was part of it. And then with the printer situation and everything else going on in the world, I think it was just that kind of perfect storm of like, this is where we're at right now.
Now, I mean, Command and Conquer, I'm just going to look at it real quick, but like they've now have a History Pack 1 version. They have the original Arcane Rising first, and then they have the new Command and Conquer from the Hunted, which actually is more expensive because of different artwork. And then you have the special, Kasai Unobtainium one.
I got Riches of Tropodani for Kasai. That's why I picked it up. Like,
but you also traded multiple.
I did. I traded a playset of CNCs and Give No Quarter, and I think that was it for it at the time. So an extra set of CNCs.
It's just wild. It's wild. I mean, I think it's as much as I'd hope there's a world in which like these gems go down and then like some of these other ones go down. Again, I think the thing that is going to with it when it comes to Gravy Bones specifically, so many of the cards within the deck are Pirate Necromancer. They will never go in any other deck outside of something that is a Pirate Necromancer. And so with that being the case, with them being so locked into this very specific kind of play, like other necromancers are not going to use these allies. So the allies will drop down in price. They're not going to be able to use things like Give No Quarter. So Give No Quarter is going to go down in price. The only thing that I could see going up in price is Dead Threads, because that is the card
only. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to play Necromancer, get that card.
Yeah, Death Threads is like the Tunic, like you need, and it is so much better than Tunic. It's fucking crazy.
It is so good.
The set is just crazy. I just like genuinely don't. I don't understand how any of this got by. Like, I'm almost wondering how quickly it is that we see the meta shift over these times, and that we see, because like if you don't see Gravy Bones at all in Pro Tour Singapore, then it's going to be like okay. It's fine, right? Everything will go down. Oh, we absolutely will, though. I mean, like, people, again, even if the deck is bad, its representation will be high.
Yeah,
because people have been asking about Necromancer for forever. So, and Pirates. So
I really hope we get a Necromancer in the Savage Lands.
Yeah. Yeah, that
I
would
still
be
think
cool.
a dual class hero would be really cool. I mean, obviously the Pirate Necromancer is a dual class hero, but like, I think if they keep that up going forward, but they keep compartmentalizing things, I could see some pretty interesting gameplay stuff.
I want a Shadow Necromancer that allows me to play my allies for banish.
Yeah, Call to the Grave might as well say Necromancer on the card.
Yeah,
let's be real. That's like the only real Necromancer card that we have. Yeah, eventually they're gonna have to print base Necromancer stuff, and just kind of like fill out that class, because you're right. Like, as soon as if Gravy Bones LLs at some point in the future, it's like you no longer have Necromancer cards at all.
Yep.
You can CC at all.
That's true. I think it'll be interesting to see the value of the boxes long term, because again, with the exception of a couple of Marvel opportunities, right? You can get Marvels in the box. The gold pack is where the crazy pieces are. So outside of the gold pack, the rest of the cards in the set, now the Riches of Tropodani, from what I'm understanding, because it is in the main set, it would appear in the rainbow foil slot of one of the packs, if you got one. So
the Fabled would appear in the back 2 cards.
Oh, so it wouldn't be in the rainbow foil slot. Okay.
No.
I know that one of our locals thought it was just a legendary and was like, whatever. Didn't realize how good it was.
Gosh. Insane. I mean, banger of a product. Awful allocation and awful, like, release. It was an awful release of a product, and it was an awful allocation, but I think the product is really, really good. I think it's going to go down, obviously, even from, like, if you want to consider it from a collectible standpoint and B, a limited standpoint, this is the best box to keep sealed, period.
I think it's the first Willy Wonka set we've had in this game.
Yeah.
And like, what I mean by that is, like, if you compare it to other card games, like I know Jacob and I were talking about, like Zendikar or Kaladesh, where we had the like masterpieces that were inside of those. I think they did like Return to Zendikar at some point, and they had like a separate special pack for that. Oh yeah,
right. Hell yeah! God, that looks so good. I love the black text box behind the Oh God, it
Did
was
you
so good.
did you
It
know
looks
that
so
the
good.
pre-release event I went to, I traded this for a barnacle because the gentleman wanted the barnacle and I wanted the hero.
Oh my God. Well,
So
Well, you
I
gotta
mean,
think
it's
like
so
historically, those
fine.
young heroes have been like what $30 young heroes. So
Yeah,
Gravy Bones he's just popular. He's awesome.
he's popular. He's gonna be popular for a
I
really
mean,
long
I
time.
still I still have other marbles I've hit. You can see I got 3 sitting here. The
Hell yeah.
what is it?
Yeah.
The Shelly, the Barnacle, and the Scuba. So I've actually hit 2 of the Barnacle personally. Um, Other random things I've hit. I mean, I really honestly have. I got a foil Conqueror of the High Seas. That's a highlight of a card. I'm only up to 6 cogs. I feel like out of all the stuff I have, I should have more than 6 cogs, but I'm only up to 6.
I've got
If
more
I
for you.
if I
About
get
that.
bins, I'll probably get 2 more. So Alex, what do you think the cold foil exclusive cog that came with the SCG thing will end up for? Because that's the $1 million question. I'm trying to buy a couple of those.
I don't think that card is good. So I'm probably gonna say it's not gonna be a lot, but I mean, if it's cold foil, it's probably, and it's a promo exclusive. It's probably like $30 somewhere around there. I don't know what
Yeah, I thought
those.
that too originally, but there's only so for this time you could only get one per case, and in previous sets they would do it one per box. So it's
Mhm.
4 times harder to get than the previous SCG promos.
Gotcha. Let me see here. So I know these were. Where's the lightning ones? Not these ones
Can I
here.
just go Majestic? So let's see here. I have the Opal Amulet. That's 14. The Pomeroy Amulet. Okay, that one's 50. That's wild. The
Yeah, Verdance wants
Pearl.
that.
The
So
Pearl
the rune
Amulet.
chant, the cold foil rune chant that you were to get with the most for Rosetta is currently going for $20. So, and it's a token that's far more like reasonable to have, I guess, than cogs. Because I don't know, like some people could just use the rune chant token for whatever. But I think there are people who are willing to pay $20-$30 for the copper cog, especially if they're running like 10 of them. Then
Yeah,
I mean,
you need
I
10 of them.
traded somebody for one of the short printed. This is a foil Jolly Bludger.
nice.
I figure I'd get it before,
Nice.
not having
Good
it.
pick.
Because from a set completionist standpoint, the foils typically the foil Majestics are the hardest to get.
Yeah.
Which is why I guess out of already having stuff, having just a regular foil Conqueror of the High Seas is good because it seems that that's one of the harder ones to get. It is wild to think that again in the Majestic slots of like the amulets that they're the only other foil variation at this point, right? Unless they do like a promo or something special, is you have to get the Marvel to get the higher end one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you gotten a lot of
Crazy.
Gem Pack 2 out there yet?
I have not. I only opened my one gem pack at Nats, and I did not go to. I haven't gone to an armory since getting back. So it is due time. I'm probably going to be going to, if I can help it, 2 armories this weekend. To hopefully get gem packs. I know one of the places we go to, they're not door prizes. They're not participation prizes. You have to like
You have
get
to
top
place
4 or
good.
whatever, and then raffle. But the other place
Really?
is give them out. Although I don't know what they got allocated for Gem Pack 2, so maybe they aren't doing raffles for that one anymore. But I just know that normally that is the case. Is that we've had it where we've had to just like win those at the one on Sundays, and then the one on Mondays, everybody always gets one. So
Cool.
Yep. That's how
Well-
we typically do it.
Yeah.
Anything else anybody wants to cover? I feel like we've got everything under the wraps on this one. I mean,
yeah, I'm all good. I think I've gotten to pretty much everything. So
yeah, no, this has been a fun set, and I'm excited to like get Marlin built out. I'm pretty close to need another King Shark harpoon, and then a couple more Conquerors. But almost got Marlin here built out, so I'm gonna take her to the armory pretty soon.
There you go.
What the heck is boat count? I guess DM Armada has something called boat count. I'm not even seeing what that means. It says boat count 11.
The boats.
Unless he's trying to get Conqueror of the High Seas, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe that's how many boats he's gotten.
Yeah. This is what I get for trying to half pay attention to it while we're doing this, and it just doesn't make any sense in my head. I'm like, okay, well, gentlemen, thanks for hanging out. Ben, thank you for sharing in your treasures with us. It was a very enlightening experience to get to live through your stuff vicariously. So,
yes, thank you.
Well, gentlemen, until next time, it'll be super fun. I'll see ya. Appreciate it. So,
bye
everybody.
See you, gentlemen.